Happy Tuesday, everyone. Today, on Tuesday, you should have read chapters 22 to 23, which, I think I messed up yesterday's video. Today, you read to page 241. But when you're done with your reading, you're going to complete this assignment called Wolf Hollow and Symbolism, and just thinking about the different characters in the book and what they symbolize. So on this page, you've got a digital copy that you could download as well if you've lost your own copy. Symbols in literature represent themselves, but also something deeper in meaning. Think about the following symbols in the novel. Why do they symbolize what they symbolize? So the first one that they want us to think about are wolves to Betty. That wolves kind of, in a way, represent Betty in the book. So at this point in the book, if we reflect on some of the parallels or the ways that the wolves kind of connect with Betty, we can recall that at the beginning of the book, Annabelle's grandpa shared with her that wolves were once very much wanted. They wanted to get rid of them in the area because they would wreak havoc on farms, killing different animals on the farm and their livestock. And so they would set up pits to trap them, and that they were wanted, and they actually sold because that's not a word, sold their parts, sold their, what was it, their eyes? I can't even remember. You guys remember. I forget already. But the idea of how does Betty kind of symbolize the wolf in this story? So if you think about it, both the wolves and Betty symbolized danger. They both symbolized the fact that you could get hurt. So I'm going to kind of come over here and I'm going to type in this box a little bit. Both, that doesn't work out quite the way I want. Let me try that again. Let's try it in the center. In Wolf Hollow, both the wolves and Betty symbolized danger, as they both seemed to invoke harm onto others. The wolves did this by hurting livestock on farms, and Betty did this by hurting Annabelle. Who else did she hurt? She hurt Ruth by throwing the rock. Who else did she hurt? She hurt James by setting the taut wire, and she also hurt Toby. Finally, Toby, by spreading rumors and lies about him. Another way that they both kind of symbolize each other is that at the end of the book, they were both kind of known as being wanted. They were both wanted. They were also both wanted or hunted. Now, Betty wasn't hunted so that she could be killed, but she was hunted because she was lost. People were looking for both of them. And that's a way in which they both symbolize danger. So I'm just going to reread what I've written to see if it makes sense. In Wolf Hollow, both the wolves and Betty symbolized danger, as they both seemed to invoke harm onto others. The wolves did this by hurting livestock on farms, and Betty did this by hurting Annabelle, Ruth, James, and finally Toby. They were also both wanted or hunted. People were looking for both of them. Okay, whoops, all my writing just disappeared. You might want to rewind it if you want to go back to that. So now, as you can tell, this is a real thought-provoking kind of activity today. So I would like you to try the next two. You're going to be asked to think about how does the wolf pit symbolize the wool? And I honestly kind of like to think of it as a connection. How could you connect the wolf pit at the beginning when they would throw all the wolves into them to the well where Betty was found? How could you connect poison ivy to Betty? Try to use specific examples, at least one piece of evidence from the text when you're sharing how they kind of symbolize each other. Do your best, write in complete sentences. When you're done, take a screenshot of your worksheet. If your handwriting is legible, please make it legible and submit to this assignment. Otherwise, you can download this and type in the worksheet itself. I hope you're having a great day and being kind and respectful to your sub.